What's going on, everybody? Hop on here real quick because I got to work today and there was a package sitting there waiting for me, and it came from Barry from that Goat Metal show, the Goatmaster. It was very cool. He kind of gave me the iggy about it over the weekend and said that he was sending something my way, which is very cool. Didn't have to do that, but I appreciate it. I appreciate anybody doing anything for me. But I figured I'd just open it with everybody here, and it's in a like just basic media mail thing, so we're not going to go through all that, and I don't want to run the risk of anybody seeing all of Barry's information without his permission. So we'll just go through this real quick. He gave me there's a little note in here that I pulled out, and it says, "Hey, brother, hope you enjoy these." Oh, thank you. I hope I do too. Um, as to your question, I asked him for some help on something, a little bit of advice. You are correct. When you go up to Latin women and go, "Hey, mommy," and start making kissy sound noises, they will probably be offended. That's good to know. I It's worked for me in the past, but it's been bombing lately. So, I figured I would ask somebody. Maybe there was something I was missing there. Uh, it goes on. I don't care how much you try to persuade me, the bouncing souls are not hardcore. Well, we'll just have to agree to disagree on that one, kind sir. And I have family that recently moved to Tampa. Oh, right on. Welcome to the Sunshine State. That rains half of the time. They screwed me on that brochure too. They told me that they had heard through the grapevine that you're somewhat of a local celebrity around. Well, I don't know if I'm a celebrity. I mean, I, I think people kind of know about me, but not to a great extent. They said your reputation for being a deviant and a miscreant precede you. That seems kind of hurtful and unnecessary, but okay. There's different strokes for different folks, I suppose. Not everybody's a fan. Not everybody's going to be a fan. And it closes out with, here are two CDs that need a home. One is deathcore, the other is French black metal. Okay. You rule. Barry, the Goatmaster. Well, outside of the slightly incendiary comments at the beginning, I mean, how did you get all of that onto a post-it note is what I'm wondering. But nonetheless, let's see what we got here. So we have I honestly have no idea what this is because we're talking about Spinal Tap levels of black. This is nothing more black than that. By the way, they're doing a new Spinal Tap album or movie, if you can believe that. We'll have to see how that goes. I already saw they did some. They kind of threw some political stuff in there, but that's to be expected. Rob Reiner's kind of a douche, and probably half of them are too. But this is okay. He's got a note on here. This is a Drastus Taphos. Hopefully, I'm saying that correctly. It is a French black metal band. All right, so I'll check that out and I'll let everybody know what I think of it. Black metal is not entirely like it's not completely in my wheelhouse, but I'm getting there on a lot of respects. But yeah, I'll let you know what I think of it. It's very cool. Thank you. And then this one is The Burden of Faith by Of Sulfur. And these guys and or gals are deathcore apparently. This is from Century Media. Again, I don't know what the other one, what label that's on. I suppose I could have looked, but I did want to do this uh, pretty raw, as it were. Uh, yeah, so you can see the back there. I think we kind of have a little bit of a idea of what they got going on here. Stained and Rot, The Fowler, featuring Alex Terrible. He's what's the band? Slaughter to Prevail. So we'll see how that is. I don't know who a couple of these other people are, but I'm not the hugest deathcore guy, but certainly I'll give it a listen. I'll let you know what I think of it. I don't completely crap all over deathcore. I, a guy knew through going in chat rooms and whatnot. He asked me to check out Whitechapel, and I did. And even though it wasn't necessarily for me, there was a couple of songs on their latest album that were pretty decent. But it was funny because Drew Drucifer, he did a little short about the band's Seder, and I thought that was pretty cool because I did a review on them, and then he shared it out and all that. I think I mentioned this on another video, but I laughed because I didn't realize that I had actually put that on. I had put a little mini Whitechapel review on that, so I just kind of laughed about that. But I think I mentioned that I did an album review, and I think that's coming out tomorrow, Tuesday the 5th. And then I'm working on putting out of hopefully I'll have it out by Thursday. If not, I'll have it out by Friday. A little like conceptual idea that I did, which hopefully people will enjoy. And then Friday night at the Brass Mug here in Tampa. Barry, if your kids are here, they should definitely come check it out. It's going to be Crowbar and I Hate God. I don't know who's opening for them, but just those two alone is going to be fan freaking tastic. It's going to be a killer show, just a bunch of old school New Orleans sludge. So right up my alley. This is stuff I'm going to have a great time. I already know a couple of people that have already said they're going. I'm listening to some Crowbar right now just to get myself all worked up. I'm going to try and hit up their whole discography before I go to the show on Friday. And yeah, man, it'll be a cool time. But outside of my obvious joking, obviously not to ruin my bit here, but I mean, Barry just was like, hey, very kind words. I appreciate it. And it's kind of unnerving to have people saying nice things about me. I don't know how to. I don't know. I'm more used to scorn than anything else. But anyhow, I appreciate it. Thank you again, Barry, the Goatmaster. And everybody, go check out Barry's channel if you haven't already. It's That Goat Metal Show. He's got a killer thing that he does there. He's got his two buddies, Rich, the sound producer, and Tone Joker. They do roundtable reviews, old discussion things. They'll have guests every once in a while. I know they have like Anthony from Metal Miners on once or twice, which is a fantastic crew of people to talk shop, as it were. A bunch of old school heads that are super knowledgeable about stuff, and that they talk about. Rich and Tone are like the friggin' Uncle Traveling Matt of metal from your Fraggle Rock, as a little kid show from way back when I was a young lad. But yeah, man, go check them out. It's a fantastic channel. Go subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, again, Barry, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I really do. You rule, dude. And yeah, man, that was it. So that's what I got for you. Hope you enjoy it, and come back to my channel in a day and possibly 2-3 days from now, and I'll have some new videos up that hopefully everyone will enjoy. All right, this is Dan from Moonshine talking. Later. I got to get to work. Bye.